So today in Ultimate Team, EA have actually given us something really freaking cool. I actually think the Summer Heat promo so far has been really good, so you know what, fair play EA. But this objective in particular, I think is fantastic. You get yourselves, obviously, a 95 rated Ibrahimovic, which is what today's video is based on, and it's a good looking card too. And to get the item, it's actually really easy. The objectives, I think, are relatively easy, no matter what division you are in. Maybe the win requirement one's a bit difficult if you're in the top tier divisions, but other than that, the rest are very easy to tick off. You've got to assist in 2 separate rival matches with players with 5-star skills, easy. Score in 3 separate ones with players with a minimum of 4-star weak foot, easy. There's loads of them players in the game. Score in rivals using Serie players, 15. You'll get that in no time. And then you've also got to score in 8 separate rival wins using Serie forwards, which once again, for most part, will be easy for most players as long as you're not in them top tier divisions. I completed this in about an hour and I started at 6, so yeah, if I can complete it in that time, I'm sure you guys can as well. Plenty of rage quits. It's pretty much rage quit city in division rivals right now because so many people are just trying to get objectives done as quickly as possible. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to review this card to see if it's worth picking up and using or not. Right then, this is the team we're going to be using Ibra in. This is pretty much the team I used to unlock him, apart from I used that Shapeshifter Ribery instead of Ibra, because obviously I didn't have that Ibra in my club at the time. Anyway, let's have a look at this card, shall we? 5-star skill moves, as you'd expect, and a 4-star weak foot. Medium low wear crates, not too ideal, but hopefully don't affect him too much in a negative manner. In-game attributes, he looks really, really good. Aside from that balance and that stamina, instantly, like, everyone can see there are 2 massive cons there, but other than that, brilliant shooting, very good pace, very nice passing for a forward, and aside from that balance in the dribbling department is fantastic. So all in all, the card looks really freaking good, and hopefully in game it will be a very effective item. One thing worries me though, EA, like, surprisingly, are not actually that stupid. They have made this card very easy to obtain, and I think that's because EA know that this card isn't going to be super meta, so I think that's one of the reasons why this card is so easily obtainable. Apologies if you can hear anything in the background. I've got like a fan on behind me just because it's so hot right now, and also as you can see my face is a bit red because it's just been constantly sunny. Anyway, let's get some matches and let's try this card out. I'm excited because it looks like a really good card and hopefully it is pretty effective in game. Flashback Ibra the other year was just insane. I'm hoping this card can somehow replicate that kind of Ibra item. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, Leggo. Well, Ibra certainly is going to be up against it in this game. The backline of my opponent is Eder Militao, Summer Heat Mendy, and also the brand new Summer Heat Sa. Like, that guy's defense is mad, and his attack just as good, to be honest. This could be a really tough match. Finally, got the ball. Ibra links up with Ronaldo. Oh, just couldn't put through that gap, but he's going to battle here and actually get Ronaldo through. And Ronaldo's got it back to Ibra. The dribbling on show right now isn't fantastic, but it's put us into a good position, and we should have scored off it. Oh, we have. What a mess of a goal that is. Don't know what my opponent's goalkeeper is doing there. Ronaldo linking up with Ibra here. Ibra puts through a really nice through ball for Ramsey, who should have scored there. Chance comes to Ibra. Oh, it's a panic shot. I panic shot. Vieira finds Ibra, who does really well to send Vieira on his way there. And the ball back isn't horrendous, but we're just not quite going to get there. Didn't really want Vieira to be, you know, making them runs, but I guess he is capable. We're getting absolutely dominated for the most part in this game, to be honest, so we're going to have to make a change. We're going to have to switch to the 4-2-3-1 just to try and contain this guy's attack because it's very, very good. So let's make a couple of changes. Perisic finds the through ball for Ibra, who's surely taken out there by Sa, but apparently not. And that's half time. We're down 2-1. Okay, I've got no complaints, to be honest. My opponent's just outplay me in this game, and it shows in the chances and possession, but hopefully we can still maybe nab something from this. Ibra pings the ball down the line. That's not a bad through ball, but I don't think Perisic just quite got the legs against that Mendy. Nice bit of hold up play from Ibra there, then puts through Ronaldo, who is onside here. We do have an opportunity. I was hoping for a return run. Sadly, we didn't get the victory in this game, but I don't think Ibra played terribly, to be honest. We just came up against an opponent who, skill-wise in FIFA, was just better than me, and that's all there is to it, to be honest. Ibra obviously involved heavily in our first goal, well, our only goal, I guess, but aside from that, really didn't do too much. I thought his passing was good, but yeah, didn't feel as quick as I hoped. And also on the ball, like, obviously he does feel quite heavy, but that was to be expected. Anyway, let's move on into another game and hopefully have a bit better luck. In our next match, we come up against this. It's a good side, but it's not a great one for this stage of the game, I feel. But yeah, don't want to underestimate it too much, obviously, because I very well could bottle. Ibra, a bit of spit. Oh, that's not great defense from my opponent, and we'll just take full advantage and put the ball in the back in there. Ibra, get on side so I can give you the ball. Should have scored there. I should have been a bit more patient, but there we go. Nice. Ibra linking up with Vieira of all people. Go around the keeper, finesse, that's 2. And after that, we have a pretty quick rage quit. 2 goals for Ibra in that game. Not a bad little performance, but if I'm being fully honest, it wasn't too much of a challenging opposition. So, yeah, GG's to my opponent. Let's move on into another matchup. The next team we face, once again, features a bunch of Summer Heat items. He's got Ndombele, Bruno Fernandes, Mendy, and Diaby, and he's also got Team of the Season, Ben Yedder, who I'm absolutely terrified of. So, yeah, wish me luck in this one. Nice. Ibra lets the ball run, but lets it run too far. Ibra is making that run. Can we get through this gap? Gonna try to. Right, done well. Got the shot away, but under pressure, the shot unfortunately wasn't as accurate as we would have liked. But he did really well to create that chance, and got bundled over while taking that shot. Ronaldo puts it through for Ibra on the volley, who scores. Really nice finish there too, right in the corner. Even if the keeper was able to dive and react there, probably wouldn't have got to it. Ronaldo puts it through for Ibra. Can he get through this gap? Van Dijk's putting pressure on him. I just tried to see if I could run through there, and it just wasn't to be. Ibra and Ronaldo link up. Ibra gets a second bite at it. Now the counter-attack is coming. Ibra, make the run. Good run. Ibra! 2-0. Good play. Very good play. I was hoping I could just spin through there. But we do control the ball and come again. Lambrota keeps the ball inside. Sadly the pass. The return to Ibra wasn't good enough. Ericsson finds Ibra, who's going to try and get the ball through to Ronaldo. He's actually done really well to do that. Ronaldo finesse. That's my fault. Didn't quite get the angle right, but Ibra did really well to get that pass back through. Well, we reach half-time, and at the break, the score is 2-2. As you can see, we haven't really had the most of the possession, but when we've had possession, we've actually made the most of it. So, yeah, let's hope that continues into the second 45. Nice. Ibra, Ronaldo, goal. Love to see it. Hat-trick as well, just realised. I was hoping to get one more chance in this game, but it just wasn't to be. Full time then, the score ends 3-1, and Ibrahimovic does indeed collect the match ball after a very nice performance. Him and Ronaldo linked up really, really well together, which was absolutely awesome to see. Very happy with his finishing in that game. That is obviously great to see. I also thought his run making was very effective too, as well as his passing. I just wish he was a bit quicker at some times. And also his stamina. It's such an issue. In the first half, he was absolutely fine, but in the second half, it was very limiting, and that's why you saw a lot more clips from the first 45 than you did in the second, I guess. Okay then, let's talk Ibra's overall performance. How was this guy in game? For the most part, very good, and you'd expect that from, you know, a 95 rated item, but you can tell instantly he's not like... He's not elite. Like, he's very, very, very good. His finishing is great. His passing is great. His dribbling for the most part isn't too bad, but he's not as good as other strikers in the game, and that's a bit of a shame because just the way FIFA 20 works, like the better players are the ones who can dribble a bit better, and unfortunately Ibra just isn't as agile as them, and you can definitely feel that in game. Doesn't have the balance. Just in game in general, because he's got a big body type, he just isn't that easy to maneuver, and that is a bit of a shame. But other than that, it's a really, really nice card. And straight off the bat, without even talking about, you know, is this card good, is this card bad, is he worth it, blah, blah, just go get this card. It's a very easy card to obtain, all things considered, and I definitely feel like most people will be able to complete this card very easily, and I feel like most people will do it just in general. Anyway, let's quickly break things down. How is this guy's pace? Feels pretty good in game. I don't think his acceleration is as good as the in-game stats suggest, but for an Ibra card, yeah, he does feel quick. Shooting, I have no complaints about. I thought his shooting was brilliant. Very good finisher with the finesses, and his shot power in-game felt awesome. So really, really happy with that. His run making for the most part, very, very good. His general positioning and his base positioning isn't amazing, but that was to be expected with the medium low work rates. Stay forward instruction on him definitely would be beneficial. Passing is awesome for a striker. This guy definitely could be used as a cam, but I wouldn't advise it because his stamina just isn't good enough. And with that in mind, let's talk about that. He just tires too quickly, and that is a bit of a shame. The stamina is definitely a big con for this card. You saw in the games in the first half, brilliant in the second half, not as involved, which is quite a shame. And when it comes to dribbling, like we've already said, it doesn't feel too amazing on the ball, but definitely doesn't feel terrible for a big man. I liked his ball control. It's just a shame that obviously he does feel a bit heavy compared to other forwards. Physically, as you would have expected with an Ibra card, strength and aggression both very good, and he will battle for the ball. And also when it comes to aerial battles, he's a guy that is going to win plenty of them, which is awesome. So all in all, this is definitely a card worth getting. Would I advise using it in champs? Yeah, I think it could do a job as a super sub, but it's not a card that I would start with unless you intended to make a sub, because like I say, that stamina definitely does hinder him. And yeah, I just wish he was a little bit better on the ball, and that way I'd have enjoyed this card a bit more. But all in all, very good item, and considering how I think easy it is to get, I definitely think it's a card worth getting. So guys, those are my thoughts on 95 rated Ibra. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, comment below any questions you may have. I'll catch you in the next one.